Hi guys, Hamster here. So you've made the decision to spend the money and buy a quality scope and get the Mil-Dots. That is a huge decision because they're quite expensive. Typically the optics are much more expensive than the rifle. That's just the reality. So you decided on which scope to get, and you spent the money and you got your optics. You have a Mil-Dot scope. Now what? You know how to use it. Well, there's a lot of stuff you can read and learn how to use it. But there's one thing you can't do online, and that's practice. And the only way you're going to get better is through practice. So to use your Mil-Dot scope, you basically have got to learn a few simple math formulas. And you've got two things that you have to do on your part. One, estimate the size of your target. Takes practice. You have to learn how to estimate a target and estimate it accurately. The more accurate you are, the more precise your calculation will be. Two, you need to measure that object in mils. You can't do any of the math formulas unless you have the size of the target, and that can be either in inches or yards, depending on which formula you're using, and how many mils that object is. Now realistically, you can't walk around your neighborhood and be milling objects with your scope. That might tend to cause a few problems. Hence, what do you do for practice? You have to practice to get good. Pretty much like anything you do. So, let's set this aside because you really can't practice with that. So what are you going to use for Mil-Dots to practice? Typically, most people have spotting scopes, but they're rather expensive and rather large. Your other option is getting another optic that has Mil-Dots in it that you can use to practice milling. And a good companion to your scope would be a really good set of binoculars. And what I have here is a set of binoculars from Leupold. These are an excellent pair of binoculars. They come in a beautiful case, MOLLE compatible, closed cell foam, beautiful zipper, lots of webbing, detachable carry sling, beautiful case. And what we have here is let me pull some of the stuff I have in here out. A really nice pair of binoculars. And what takes these binoculars from being a very nice pair of binoculars to a very great pair of binoculars is some of the features that are available on these. Now these, I know you guys are going to love. These are the Leupold tactical binoculars. Okay, it says tactical in the name, so they got to be good. Now there's two different binoculars in the Leupold tactical line. There's the patrol, and then there's the military. Now these are the military. The only thing different between these and the patrol are that these are available with a Mil-Dot reticle. And they're available in their standard Mil-Dot or the Leupold TMR, which is what I chose because it's the exact same reticle that I have in my scope. These are a 10 by 50, so it's a 10 power 50 millimeter objective. I can't say enough about these binoculars. They're outstanding. The only negative I have is about the objective lens caps. They're crappy. I'm looking for a substitute for that. The strap's okay. Everything else about the binocular itself is fantastic. From the twist out eye cups to the clarity, the ability to quickly focus these. Beautiful. The Mil-Dot in it is adjustable. You can turn it, so you're able to set it up for whoever's eyes it is. You adjust it to your size face, and you can adjust the Mil-Dot till it's exactly straight up and down, or you could cant it to measure an object. Fantastic pair of glass. Yeah, they're not cheap, but neither was your scope. But you got to remember, when you're buying a pair of binoculars, you're buying virtually 2 sets of optics. So if you look at it that way, what you're paying is not that much. And these, compared to some of the other ones on the market, to get a high quality Mil-Dot, this is not a bad bargain. This competes with binoculars that are much higher price point. So the only way you're going to be able to practice and practice effectively is, I think, with another optic. And a great pair of binoculars serve you well. And having binoculars with a range finding capability is outstanding. The only thing I did notice about ranging it, when you get into the 10 power range, especially 8 or above on the binoculars, whatever you're viewing, any movement in your hand is going to make a lot of movement on the target. So you need to be very steady, especially when you're measuring that object. You're going to need to somehow steady yourself to measure that object and measure it accurately. It's all about accuracy. Most of the good binoculars have this capability right up on the front of most binoculars. Sometimes there's a little cap. The Leupold is the same way. There's a little cap here. If you take this cap off, and it will expose a 1/4 20 threaded hole. Most of your good binoculars are capable of accepting a tripod adapter, and these are no different. This is one I picked up from Leupold for about 10 bucks. You could make one of these things. There are a ton of these available online for around the $10 range. An adapter to be able to convert your binoculars to be able to mount them on a tripod, give you much more stability, especially when you're ranging or doing any kind of surveillance. Having the ability to put it on a tripod is outstanding. But these are a fantastic pair of binoculars. They come with a really nice case. It has a small pocket here. I keep a pen in here. I keep a small Casio calculator in here. I like this one a lot. It's only like $10. They're cheap. I got several of them. It has a hard case clamshell design. It so far is the only thing that's been surviving. All the other ones did not survive. I either broke the screens or messed up the buttons. But this one in a case has been real good for about 10 bucks. So I keep some writing instruments in here. I keep my calculator in here. I have room for a notepad. I keep paper in here so I can write down what I'm doing. I got cheat sheets I made in here and some other stuff. So, but the ability to use the Mil-Dots, if you're looking for a pair of binoculars and would like a pair of Mil-Dot, these Leupolds are, I can't say enough about them. These particular products from Leupold are not manufactured in the United States. I know, not everything Leupold makes is made here, but they're good company, good product. The quality control on these are outstanding. So if you're looking for a pair of Mil-Dot binoculars, so you can actually practice learning how to mill objects, this is a fantastic companion to your other optics. So the Leupold tactical military version, what they call these. So thanks for watching.